a moment of silence. A moment which should be taken out any time during the day, just to ask myself, how am I feeling? Like we pause to ask others, आप कैसे हैं? How are you feeling? We need to take out a minute to ask ourselves, कैसे हैं? How am I feeling? So just take this moment to talk to your own self and to see if there is one thing I want to change in my destiny. What would that one thing be? If there's one thing I want to change in my destiny, what would that one thing be? If there's one thing that I want to resolve today, which problem would it be? If there's one relationship I would want to heal today, which one would it be? If there's one thing about my health which I would like to change today, what would it be? If there's one habit which I would like to give up, what would it be? Whether it is my way of thinking, whether it is an issue in my life, whether it is a relationship, whether it is to do with my health, or whether it is a habit, let me choose one thing today. Om Shanti. How many were able to find one thing which they want to heal? How many were able to select one thing which they want should be better than what it is today? Were you able to find anything? Anyone who was not able to find anything? Now, when I want something to be better than what it is today, when I want my mind to feel better than what it is today, when I want my body to feel better than what it is today, when I want my relationship to feel better than what it is today, when I even want my world to be better than what it is today, who should I go to? Who should I go to? Myself? Can I change the world? No. Can I change how my body is feeling? Can I change how my relationship is today? And can I change how my mind is feeling? And if I have to go only to myself, then why do I every day keep going to other people? Why do I keep going to other people? And the more I keep going to other people, the more I am not reaching the solution. The more I'm not reaching the solution, the more it is getting complex. The more it is getting complex, the more my problem is increasing. The more my problem is increasing, the more I'm going to other people. And I'm not going to the one who can heal the problem. Why? Because I'm not even sure whether it is I who can do it. Every thought I create, where all does it influence? What's the effect of my every thought? I just enter and I say, beautiful hall, one thought. Where all does this thought reach? One thought, simple, very pretty hall, simple thought. Where all does this thought reach? Surrounding, where else? Where else? My every thought created here, where's the first place it will influence? It's not going to go out first. Created here. So where's the first place it will influence? How I feel. If I create a thought, beautiful hall, I feel nice. If I enter and I say, what a strange hall, my feeling will change. So how I feel will depend on my first thought. If I create a thought, why did this phone ring? I'll get irritable. If I create a thought, it's okay, bhul jata hai, I'll be fine. Now, how many times is this happening in the whole day? How many times is this happening in the whole day? So we can't count. So my every thought, first place where it will influence how I feel. So anytime we say, I'm not feeling very nice today, or I'm feeling little low today, I only have to check, what have I been thinking? I cannot change my feeling unless I change what I was thinking, because my thought will create my feeling. So my every thought, first it affects your feeling. Second, your created feeling. Second, हाँ जी, एक्शन में आएगा. Yeah, एक्शन में तो आएगा. We're talking about where all is this energy reaching and it's influencing. Okay, my thought, first it will affect how I feel. Second, my every thought will radiate to my body. We don't get disturbed at all. If only we can laugh like this when things are not our way, when we are at home. Why were we laughing? Hanji? So normally people get irritated when somebody's phone rings. So why were we laughing? We are seeing, we are witnessing the futility of trying to control people. Every time, every program, everybody will say, please switch off your phone, please switch off your phone, please switch off your phone, please. And yet it hardly ever happens that one phone will not ring during the 2 hours. Is it okay if somebody's phone rings? Is it okay if someone's phone rings? Oh, it's not okay. Why is it not okay if someone's phone rings? Why? When they were told so sweetly from the stage, so they should have put their phone on silent. Why did they not put their phone on silent? Option 1. Hanji? Very interesting. So we should all keep our phones on so that if we get interesting emergency calls, then I'll have to keep one of mine also on stage. What if I get an emergency call? Huh? So why does somebody not put their phone on silent? Option 1. Forget. Simple one. Forget. 2. Anjay? How sweet. They might not know how to put their phone on silent. So much compassion we have, see? We are even ready to say, I understand, you don't know how to put your phone on silent, which is true. Everybody does not sometimes know how to put their phone on silent. So 1, I forgot to put my phone on silent. 2, I don't know how to put my phone on silent. 3, and most important, I don't want to put my phone on silent. You can stand on the stage and keep requesting whatever you want. I will do what I want in my life, because finally, the other person has a choice whether to accept the advice or no. But now when the phone rings, we also have options. Like they had options, we also have options. So what are the options we have? 1, ignore कैसे करेंगे? सुनाई तो देता ही है ना. Ignore means what thought should I? We have to be very careful. This is the stimulus. What's my thought? So if the phone rings, what's the option I have? 1. Ignore can never be an option. Ignore does not have a meaning. What is the meaning of ignore? You cannot not listen to the phone. And when you listen, you will create a thought. Till we practice and reach a stage where we will not create any thought. But at that time, when we reach a stage where we do not create a thought, it's not that we ignored the phone, it is we accepted the phone. So what are the options when somebody's phone rings? 1. Hanji? Hanji? Seize the phone and you think they're giving it to you. That's expecting even more than asking them to put the phone on silent. When you give me your phone, why will they give it to us? Option. What are the kind of thoughts I can create when someone does something which I had asked them not to do? 1. Forgive them for that. You know something? They're not even asking for our forgiveness. We shouldn't go so high. They've just not put their phone on silent. It is very simple. Option 1. It is? Okay, we'll stare at them. So if I turn back and I stare at them, do you know what sometimes happens when we stare meaning we send one strong thought from inside. वो इतना सुनाया था स्टेज पे और आज तो संजय भाई ने जरा ज़्यादा ही सुनाया था. And he thought, when I say it so many times like this, after this no phone will ring. So that's what he thought. So we think the more I advise people, and the more lovingly I advise people, and the more I keep requesting them, and sometimes we'll say, for my sake, don't do this, please. It's not going to happen. So one option, get irritated, look at them and stare at them. When you do that, first one, who's going to be unhappy? So my thought which I create of irritation, क्यों नहीं बंद करते? First thing, I will get irritated. Second, where will that thought go? It's going to go to my body. So phone उनका बजता है, तबीयत मेरी खराब होती है. No, it's a fact. Any illness which comes after many years, nothing has happened after many years. It is all these phones which rung for 20 years, and every time I thought, if their phone rings, obviously I will get irritated. So I kept creating irritation and I kept radiating that to my body. And I thought my irritation was normal because they forgot to put the phone. They might not switch off their phone for the next 20 years, but my body will start manifesting things. So every time you want to get irritated because of what somebody else has done, please remember, उनकी तबीयत पर कम, मेरी तबीयत पर ज़्यादा असर पड़ रहा है, तो उनके लिए नहीं, अपने लिए, उनके बारे में अंदर छोड़ दो. So one, we can get irritated. Second, we can be compassionate. They forgot to put off the phone. It's very simple. We will not stop loving them then. And third, we have accepted that phones ringed. So when it rings, we don't even create a single thought about it. There are a lot of things which happen around us for which we don't create thoughts. Why? Because we have accepted that these things happen. I had gone to someone's place and that brother was just got up from his meditation and he was a little angry. I said, how can you get angry after finishing your meditation? So he said, my wife always talks on the phone when I meditate. She has to understand that I need silence, but she finds that same 15 minutes to talk to her sister on the phone. I said, but you were meditating, why will you get angry? It's no point then meditate. No, but why does she have to talk on the phone in those 15 minutes only? And while he was saying that, the sabji wala who was on the road was selling his sabji. I said, this person is making so much noise. He said, who? I said, this sabji wala. So he looked at me, so is he not supposed to sell his sabji? I said, yeah, but does that not disturb your meditation? He said, no, not at all. He is supposed to sell his sabji. The noise of the sabji wala is louder than the voice of the wife. But the sabji wala does not irritate me because I accept that the sabji wala will, but I expect that my wife will not talk on the phone. So it is not the volume of the sabji wala or the wife which disturbs, it is my thought of acceptance or expectation which will create the disturbance. So whenever you get disturbed, if you just shift it from the column of expectation to acceptance, your mind will not cry after that. है ना easy? So अब इसके बाद अगर किसी का phone बजा, इसके बाद अगर किसी का phone बजा, the actual ringtone of the phone does not trouble us. It is the thought कि क्यों phone silent पे नहीं किया which troubles. Let's always be clear. The outside stimulus cannot disturb our state of mind. The phone only I can hear it till here. It is my thought after listening to that phone that disturbs my state of mind. And if my mind does not create that thought after listening to the phone, I will not get disturbed. So instead of staring at people and say, switch off your phone, I can just look at myself and say, stop thinking about them. Because एक को स्टेयर करेंगे, दूसरे को करेंगे, तीसरे को करेंगे, कितनों को स्टेयर करेंगे? एंड जितना स्टेयर करेंगे ना, वो आपको वापस स्टेयर करके फ़ोन पर बात भी करेंगे, देखो आप. So don't we try to control people. That becomes a deep, deep clash of ego if we try to control people saying, you do what I want you to do so that I can be at peace. It will not work. They'll say, you do what you want, I'll do what is right for me. So easier is to start teaching our mind how to think when people are doing what they are doing. Why were we not being able to do that? Because for some time we have been living in the illusion that whatever I'm feeling here is because of whatever is happening outside. Don't we think that our thoughts are because of the situations that are happening outside? Yes? Yes? So the day the situation is perfect, I am happy. The day people are nice to me, I am happy. The day they are not, I am not happy. And we thought this is perfectly normal. I mean, how can I be happy if somebody's phone is ringing? Can I be happy? Can I be happy? Situation and state of mind, are they connected? Is my mind connected to my situations of life? Is my mind connected to my situations of life? What goes on here, is it dependent on what's going on here? Sometimes, sometimes not. Hanji? Acha, while sleeping it is not happening. So sweet. While sleeping, what I'm thinking is only what I was thinking while I was awake. So I stored and I stored and I stored and I accumulated it. And in the night, it all comes out. But it is all that has been accumulated, don't know when, but it has been accumulated. What happens here, is it dependent on what's happening here? Two worlds. There are two worlds. One, my world outside. One, my world inside. What is happening in my outside world? Situations, people's behavior, the weather, my work, my outside world. What's happening in my inside world? Thoughts, feelings, emotions. So is my inside world dependent on my outside world? Is my inside world, what creates here, dependent on my outside world? Hanji? This is a stimulus. Very good. So this stimulus causes me to respond. So where is the stimulus? Outside world. Where is the response? Inside world. Is my response dependent on my stimulus? The phone ringing was the stimulus, which means anything that happens apart from here, anything, is the stimulus. Even my body paining is a stimulus. It's something which is not happening here, it's something which is happening here. So anything which is happening anywhere apart from here is a stimulus. What happens here after that, my response, is it dependent on the stimulus? Okay, the phone ringing was the stimulus. What I think after the phone rings, is it dependent on the phone ringing? What is the meaning of for normal person? Yes. And who are we all sitting here? Huh? What does it mean? Phone ringing. And what is happening here? Is it dependent on the stimulus? Hanji? That's okay. We are just talking that is what I'm going to think here dependent on how you behave with me? Acha, then who is it dependent on? This is called Mukti, Jivan Mukti, liberation. Yeah, this is absolute liberation. That what's happening in my world here is independent of what is happening here. This is called emotional independence, where I am allowed to choose to think and feel irrespective of what is happening here. It shifts me from a vocabulary which I have been using since many years, saying, the phone rang, obviously I'll get irritated. She spoke like this to me, obviously I will feel bad. He did not listen to me, obviously I will get angry. When we were saying, obviously I will feel bad, obviously I will get angry, we were saying, if this is the stimulus, obviously this will be the response. And when we are saying, obviously this will be the response, we are saying, I don't have the power to choose my response. Response getting created here is dependent on stimulus outside. This is the easiest way to become weak. No power inside. Then when we lost power on how we think, we also started losing power on how we speak. उसने ऐसा किया तो मैं ऐसा बोलूंगी ही ना, ऑप्शन नहीं था. This is giving up power on ourself. So is it obviously I will get irritated, or is it I choose to get irritated? Is there a difference between these two lines? How much is the difference? One is no power, obviously I will get irritated. Second is complete power, I choose to get irritated. So never mind, get irritated. But while getting irritated, use your power and say, I chose to get irritated. So when I say I chose to get irritated, power is here. When it is you irritated me, I give my power away to you, and I gradually start living a life where people, situations, weather, and the world news is deciding how I feel. And when I stop using my power to be able to create thoughts and feelings of my choice, the world outside is not in my control. The world inside also stops being in my control. बाहर भी मेरा कंट्रोल नहीं, अंदर भी मेरा कंट्रोल नहीं, तो what will happen to life? So from today, one change in vocabulary. Let anything be the stimulus, as small as a phone ringing or as big as what you want to imagine. Whatever emotion you create, at least say one line to yourself, I choose to create this. Because when I say to myself with the understanding, I choose to create this, I have an option how long to create this. And third, I have an option, do I want to create something else? If I say she behaved like this, obviously I will get hurt, obviously, then I believe that what I'm happening here is because of her behavior. And when will I get okay? When will I get okay? When she changes, which could be when? Now you see why we are in pain a lot. Because we believe कि ये चोट उनकी वजह से और ठीक भी वो ही करेंगे, और वो हमें देखते हैं और कहते हैं हमने तो कुछ गलत नहीं किया. Because actually उन्होंने कुछ गलत नहीं किया, उन्होंने सिर्फ कुछ ऐसा किया which we do not find is right, which is fine. People will not be my way, which is fine if I don't like something, which is even fine if I get upset, but I have to decide upset for how long. कितनी देर बुरा लगना चाहिए? कितनी देर बुरा लगना चाहिए? For how long? For how long? Hanji? Now, when to get healed is no more dependent on. This is power. This is power. No looking at them and pleading to them, okay, either you apologize or you change for me to be happy. I may not agree with what you are doing. I may not even like what you are doing, but I still have an option to create what I want to create here. And even if I create anger, or even if I create hurt, at least I have the power to tell myself, I am creating it. And the second question I ask myself, for how long you want to sulk like this? You choose. Because every thought I create is affecting how I feel. Every thought I create is radiating to my body. They don't plan to change. So you decide how long do you want to be unhappy, and then you want to create disease in the body. My mind is quite intelligent and it says it's okay, not worth it for them. Get back to normal. But if I believed that they are causing my hurt, I did not even know that I can heal it without them changing. So who's creating my hurt? Have we ever thought about someone and said they hurt me? Anyone's name on your mind which says they hurt me? They hurt me? है कोई नाम लिस्ट पे यहाँ पर? आज उन सबको छुट्टी दो. They did what they did. We are not saying what they did was nice. Somebody could lie to me, somebody could cheat me, someone could betray me, somebody could do a very big loss in my work, in my business. We're not saying it's right, but everything that they could do was here. But what hurt I created was here. They could cheat me financially. They could even hit me physically actually. Somebody else can hit me physically also. But emotionally they cannot abuse me. Because this is the only one place where no one else can get inside. So you have the power to cheat me, you have the power to hit me, but you don't have the power to hurt me. So who hurts me? Who hurts me? Myself. Who will heal me? Amazing power this is. This is power. Because when we blamed people for hurting us, we could live a lifetime in that hurt. And we saw yesterday, if we don't heal that hurt in this lifetime, then we are going to carry that hurt with us to the next lifetime. So from today, no pointing finger at anybody and saying, you are the cause of what I'm feeling here. You are only the cause of what is happening here. And I am the cause of what is happening here. So people can do things in my outer world, but nobody can do anything in my inner world. And that is why one phone ringing, which is a stimulus, will not create the same emotion in everybody. So same stimulus, everyone's response is different. Someone will get irritated, someone will get irritated more, someone will get less, and someone will not get irritated at all. And somebody will be very helpful and look at the sister and say, can I help you to put your phone on silent? So instead of staring at her, we will be caring for her. So same stimulus is going to. So when do we ever think that the same stimulus creates different responses in people, then it's not the stimulus which is creating the response. It is different people creating different response to the same stimulus. If stimulus was creating the response, then same stimulus will create same response in everybody. Are there any irritating people in our life? Oh, she says so many. Sister, after all this, you can't say there are so many irritating people in my life. Very, very careful with vocabulary which we talk to ourselves. If I say, you are the irritating person in my life, I have immediately said, whatever I feel here is because of you. Each time we are saying this, because it is so ingrained since many years, or maybe many births also. It is so ingrained, but every time we believe that, we are depleting soul power. It's suppose I say, whether my hand moves up or down is dependent on you. And I start living my life like that. It is in my control, but I believe it is in your control. Illusion. So what happens? When you tell me move, I move. When you say put it down, put it down. And I can actually live a lifetime believing this. And when I live a lifetime believing this, I am not using my power. I am not using my power. So how many irritating people in our life? How many irritating people in my life? Say, I created irritation in response to what they did. Sister, list becomes? Why it's important to make the list smaller? Because then at least we have to change only one person. If there are so many irritating people, like she said, then I have to change so many people to be happy. And then what? We can't change them. That also we know, but yet we spend a lifetime trying to do that. Why do we try to do that? Because we believe they are the cause of irritation. So for me to be happy, they will have to change. So that one illusion has to go. So no one can create my irritation, no one can create my anger, no one can create my hurt, and most important, no one can create my happiness. It's not only the negative emotions, even the most beautiful emotions I am creating in response to what they have done. They are not giving me happiness. We have this firm belief system, I have to make everyone happy. Very deep illusion that I can make people happy. The only way I can radiate happiness to people is by being happy myself, not by doing things for them. If I do something for somebody, they will get that thing. If I cook for you, you will get the food I give. If you eat that, your body will be full. But if you say, I cooked for you, now be happy. I did this for you, now be happy. Because we can spend a lifetime, especially with closed families, saying, I did this for my family, I did this for my family. In fact, my whole life I only did for my family. Yet they are not happy. Doesn't it happen sometimes? I did so much for my children, yet they are not happy. I sent them to the best school, I gave them the best facility. But best school can give them education, cannot give them happiness. So we have to be very clear, when I do something for people in the outer world, they will only get that thing in the outer world. But if I want to radiate happiness to somebody, I will have to be happy. If while doing what I was doing for my family, if I created worry, if I created anxiety, if I created fear, then while doing everything, what is the fragrance I radiated to them? Of my stress, anxiety, fear, and that's what they will absorb. What we are carrying here is our energy field. It's like the perfume we wear. You wear your perfume in the morning. The rest of the people you meet during the day have no choice, they will get it. Now whether they like it or they don't like it, if they want to be around you, they will get it. Now choose, what perfume do I wear every morning in my energy field? So now if I say, Chinta to normal hai, ye to normal hai, that's my perfume, that's my energy field. Everybody around me is getting it. So what I'm able to do for people and what I'm able to give people is two completely different things. I could do a lot for people and not be able to give happiness. I could do nothing for someone and yet be able to give happiness, because here and here is two different worlds altogether. But we thought when I do for people, they should be happy. So doing and being Doing and being are separate. So what you're being and what you're doing, we have to separate. Don't think just because I did for you, now you should be happy. I am happy so I can give you happiness. But after that also, whether you want to be happy or no will depend on you. So we cannot make people happy and people cannot make us happy. This is one work which we have to do for ourselves. So lesser responsibility. Lesser responsibility. Otherwise हमने जिम्मेवारी उठा ली है दुनिया को खुश करने की, क्योंकि हमने सोचा हम दुनिया को खुश करेंगे, दुनिया हमको खुश करेगी. यही सोचा ना, मैं आपको खुश करूंगी, आप मेरे को खुश करेंगे. सबको सिर्फ कितने लोगों को खुश करना था? मुझे सिर्फ किसको खुश रखना था? एक को. हमने छोटा काम छोड़ दिया, बड़ा काम करने लग गए. एक को खुश करना था, मैंने सोचा मुझे इसको भी खुश करना है, इसको भी खुश करना है, इसको भी, रिश्तेदारों को भी खुश करना है, दोस्तों भी खुश. एंड फिर इतना किया और बोला अभी भी खुश नहीं होते. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव फाउंड दैट एवरीवन इज कंटेंटेड विद यू एवरी टाइम? No. So don't even make that the agenda of your life, because that's the easiest way to be unhappy. Because I believe everyone should be contented with me. People will be contented only based on their way of thinking, not based on what I am doing, which is a stimulus for them. Their response will be their choice. So don't get hurt if you do a lot for someone and they're still not happy. What you did for them was the stimulus. Whether they will be happy or no will depend on their way of thinking. I need to keep doing my karma. But if I say I did so much and you're not happy, so now I am hurt, then I myself am the cause of my pain, because I believed I can make people happy. So now we have to take care of how many people? Isn't that lesser work? And isn't that easier work? Oh, no. Making other people happier is easier than making your own self happy? Hanji? Making other people happier is easier? No, not at all. Making ourselves easier, happy is easier? वो भी easy नहीं है, वो भी easy नहीं, ये भी easy नहीं है. Who is creating this? If I'm clear with that, then even if I'm creating an uncomfortable thought, let's say the phone rang. Whoever rang the phone, thank you so much for that. Let's say the phone rang and I create a thought which is not right. At least I'm aware I am creating this thought, and second, I'm aware I can change it. Third, I can sit back and change it. Initially, it will take me 10 minutes to change it. After that, it will take me 2 minutes to change it. After that, it will take me few seconds to change it. And after that, I will create the right thought right when the phone rings. But at least I know where to work. At least I will not look back and stare at her, because I know her phone is nothing to do with her. So this is a very powerful tool. I was at someone's place and their 2-year-old child was crying. And the mummy said, "Bacha, bas, stop crying, stop crying." He looks back at her and says, "Mujhko aur rona hai." I said, "What clarity." Very good. And believe me, honestly, after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, he kept crying. And after 2-3 minutes, he looked back at her and he said, "Ho gaya." And I said, this is life. This is how we need to be. रोना है ना, रो. But clarity से रो. And अपने आप को बोलो, कितनी देर और रोना है? अभी हो गया. 2 minutes, enough. This is power. And this power can change our destiny, because then it's all come back to me. But we are very helpless and powerless when we feel the world decides how I feel inside. So my every thought first affects my feeling, then my every thought radiates to my body. So my health is decided based on how I think. Third, my every thought radiates to people for whom it was created. So if I think about you here, it goes faster than your WhatsApp message. Yes. It's the first level of communication. Communication is not here. Communication is not even here. Communication is what I am thinking about people. Many of our relationships are getting complicated only because we are not thinking nice about them, even though we are talking nicely to them, even though we are behaving nicely with them, but we are not thinking nicely with them. And if we just take that today and change how we are thinking about the other person, relationship will change. Relationship is not here. Relationship is how I think about you here. So if I'm thinking something which is not pleasant, it's going to reach there. Once it reaches there, if you are not aware, you will start creating similar kind of thoughts for me. And then you will start creating that. I will send it there, it created there, conflict. Where's the conflict? Where's the conflict? It's here. How many people are needed to heal this conflict now? How many people are needed to heal that relationship? One. So, never sit with them and say, आओ बैठो रिश्ते को ठीक करते हैं. Because we feel दोनों को बैठना पड़ेगा रिश्ते को ठीक करने के लिए. And sometimes when two people sit to resolve an issue, they bring out so many things. के बाद में हम कहते हैं छोड़ दो मुझे तो जीवन में इसके बाद आपसे बात नहीं करनी है. Because all that thought process which we didn't even know that they think about us all comes out. So this is not a very good idea to say, come, let's bring out everything of the past and try and resolve it. What will we do by thinking about the past? What will we do by talking about the past? It's gone, it's over, finished. Don't give it so much power. Even if I did not think right for you before, even if you did not think right for me before, even if we did not behave nicely with each other before, we can't do anything today. But today we can decide that from today, my every thought will be right for you. And that's it. It's healed. But if I bring out everything of the past and you also bring out everything for the past, I will be shocked to know that you think like this about me. So it's not a very good idea sometimes to, जब गांठ ज़्यादा बन जाती है ना ऐसा, not, don't need to try and open it. आगे चलो. Which doesn't mean रिश्ते को तोड़ो, गांठ को तोड़ के बाहर फेंको. Which means that part is over. You know, like when we are knitting and it gets very knotted, you can't always open it. It's very knotted. And so much effort goes into opening the knot. Easier is to just break that part of the thread and start work again. Why to open it? So it's the past. It must have been deep. If today we decide that from today, my every thought for you is going to be new, I'm not going to bring my past into my present, relationship is healed. And for which we don't need the other person. We don't need both the people to think nice. We only need one out of the two to think nice. So my relationship is in my control. So even if I have been thinking wrong for you, you have been thinking wrong for me for days, months, years, or even many births. So there's been a lot of energy exchange. Today, realization, transformation, that from today, I will start creating nice thoughts for you. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Let it go on. First person who will get protected. I'm sending that nice energy to the other person. Gradually, they will also start receiving that soothing energy. But it has to come from here, not from here. Thinking something else and speaking something else will never heal anything. Sometimes we bring out everything and we say, okay, आज से हम ठीक करेंगे, आज से सब change हो जाएगा. And we make a lot of effort कि आज से सब change हो जाएगा, but we make that effort outside. in how I will speak to you, in how I will behave with you. Because the other person tells us a lot of to-do list. You do this for me, be like this, do this, do. And we say, yes, I will do it for you because I really want this relationship to work. And we make a lot of effort. Genuine, authentic effort. But we make it outside. And when we make it outside, effort is more and result is less, because that subtle communication is sending something else inside. We talk only once in a while to people. We behave, come into action once in a while with people, but we are thinking about them the whole day. So where is the relationship getting created? Here. How many of us know how to think something else and speak something else? If we want to be powerful, emotionally powerful, let this be clean. Inside, outside, same. If something is not worth saying, then it's also not worth thinking. If I say it, you will feel bad, then even if I think it, it will reach you and you will feel bad. And most important, I will feel bad because I'm thinking like that. Right? So can we be inside, outside, same? Can we say what we are feeling? Can we say everything we are feeling? If we say it, what will happen? It might hurt somebody. Now I only have to tell myself, it will reach them and hurt them not only when I say it, but it's also reaching them when I am thinking it. So if I don't want to send them that negative energy, I will have to stop it here, not here. The converter is become here. The converter will have to be here. So someone comes to your place and you are ready with your dinner, everything is done, and you're sitting and watching a nice movie or a cricket match, and they come. And then you just say, "Baitho," to baith jate. And I'm like, inside, baith hi gaye, main ek hi baar bola tha baithne ke liye sirf. Then, second courtesy, aap khana kha ke jana. So they say, आप इतने प्यार से बोल रहे हो तो हम खा लेंगे. होता है कि नहीं होता ऐसा? So if we don't feel like doing it, don't say it. Don't say it. I'm busy. Fine. I've already finished my dinner. Not obliged to cook for you right now. But we say it because we feel we have to be nice to people. And then when they say yes, we send so many wrong thoughts from here. So many wrong thoughts from here. And that other person's spouse will say, वो एक बार बोले और आप भी बैठ गए, देखा नहीं कितना heavy energy आया उसके बाद उधर. And the husband is going to say, how am I supposed to know that they were thinking something else and saying something else? You see how things will become complicated? Simple things are complicated today. So leave alone the complicated ones. The simple ones are complicated. So if someone's come to my place, what are the options I have? What are the options I have? What are the options I have? If you don't feel like cooking, don't offer dinner. It's perfectly fine. We can always tell people, wonderful meeting you, we'll meet next Sunday for dinner. Lekin don't offer dinner and be suffocated inside, because you are cheating yourself and you are cheating them. In the name of dinner, you have just given them lot of negative energy. So don't feel like cooking, it's perfectly fine. We are not here to keep pleasing the world every time. I'm not well, I don't feel like getting up and cooking. Majboori se nahi karna kisi ke liye bhi kuch bhi. Says, I would love to have you for dinner, but let's keep it for next Sunday. Person will also say, fine. Second, you want to be nice and cook for them, then change the thought here. आए हैं, उसमें क्या है? चलो, फटाफट बना लेंगे. But the converter will have to be here. Not the converter here. Which means andar bahar same. Andar, bahar, same. This is going to be the secret for us to be happy, for us to be healthy, and for us to have beautiful relationships. Because if I think something else for them and yet I cook for them, which means I do things for them outside, after many, many years, I'm going to understand that I made a lot of sacrifices for them and yet they are not happy. Because while I was doing all that, I was sending wrong energy from here. It would have been better not to do it. So, andar bahar, same. So, एक, हम औरों के साथ अंदर बाहर same. And दूसरा, if someone is telling us that let's eat dinner next Sunday, I don't feel like cooking today, don't feel bad. They've only been honest. Allow people to be honest. You know, this has become a way of living, that I have to just be nice to you on my face and on your face just so that our relationship is good. And अंदर कुछ और बाहर कुछ और झूठ 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 बोलकर वो रिश्ते की फाउंडेशन क्या हो जाती है? So allow people to be honest. If someone was to come for a meeting tomorrow 10 o'clock and they leave from their house only at 9:30 or 9:45, now you ask them, where have you reached? Say, just there, one signal away from your house here. People do that or they don't do that? They do that. They will not tell us honestly that I'm sorry, I was late. You do some other work for 1 hour because it's going to be 1 hour for me to reach there. Things can be so simple. But we feel unko bura lagega if I say I left late. So it's better to just keep saying, I'm stuck in the traffic jam, I'm stuck in the traffic jam, I'm stuck in the traffic jam. Cheating ourselves before we cheat other people. And फिर वो जीवन जीने का तरीका ही बन जाता है. हमें लगता भी नहीं कि हम झूठ बोल रहे हैं, हमें लगता है ये तो नॉर्मल ही है ऐसा बोलना. एंड सामने वाला भी खुश हो जाता है, हाँ बेचारे ट्रैफिक में अटके ना, टाइम पे तो निकले थे ना मेरे लिए. सो वी प्लीज ईच अदर बाय लाइंग टू ईच अदर. So we are happy on the face of it, but foundation of the relationship starts getting affected when there is this energy which is going in, which is not honest. अगर सच बोलने के बाद किसी को थोड़ा सा बुरा लगता भी है तो वो शॉर्ट टर्म बुरा लगेगा, लेकिन अगर अंदर से कुछ और भेज रहे हैं तो वो लॉन्ग टर्म डैमेज होगा. So let's allow people to be honest. And after that, let them take the time to take care of their state of mind. We need to get back our integrity and transparency rather than being very artificial to each other outside. Don't you think we become very artificial sometimes in being nice, in pleasing people, in wanting their approval? This makes us very different inside, outside. And that's where we deplete power. So is it okay for people to be honest? Is it okay? Is it okay if they say, I don't feel like meeting you today? Good. Is it okay if they say, I don't feel like coming for your function today? Hanji? What was that? See, because we are not ready to listen to the truth, people say 5 lies. ओ क्या है ना जी, मैंने सोचा तो था आने का. उन्होंने 10 दिन पहले डिसाइड किया था कि वो नहीं आने वाले हैं. Don't you think we are doing these karmas? Aren't we doing this karma? Now it thinks it's normal, but it's not, because every time I am not being honest to myself and to people, I am depleting my power. So isn't it fine to tell them all the best, good wishes, but I'm really sorry, I'll not be able to come? But you know what? Immediately they might not be happy. But we are not here to please the world. We are here to heal the world. Two things are completely different. Two things are completely different. इतना खुश करके 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 भी एक दूसरे को रिश्ते देखो कैसे हो गए. नहीं है ना स्ट्रॉन्ग, क्योंकि खुश करने का तरीका अलग हो गया था. There was one lady who came to Delhi from another city and she got my number. She called me up. I am here today. I would like to meet you. I said, I'm really sorry. I will not be able to meet today. I have to go for shooting. So what? Let's meet in the evening. I said, no, because I don't know when I will be free. It's a very unpredictable thing when we are doing technical work. It can take any amount of time. She gave me a lot of ज्ञान on the phone. Oh, आप टीवी पे इतनी अच्छी अच्छी बातें करते हैं, ये है वो है, और आप ऐसे बात कर रहे हैं. You can't even say that you will take. I said, you know what? I don't want you to keep waiting till the evening. I know I will not be able to meet. So she gave me such good gyan. She said, at least to make me happy, you should have said that you will try. I would have been happy. And she said, you hurt me. I put down the phone. I said, ye lo subah subah hurt ho gaye. I called her up. I apologized. Not for what I said. I said, I apologize because you are hurt. But I still am telling you that I will not be able to meet you this evening. So people rather prefer that they keep waiting the whole evening, and then 1 hour before I will call them up and say, you know, I really tried to meet you, but you know what? They feel nice. But if I directly say, no, I will not be able to meet you, they won't feel nice, because we want people to. So let's build up this power to be honest to people and allow people to be honest to us. We will stop cheating ourselves and cheating people. But it will have to begin from the ability to be able to say a no, and more important than that, the ability to be able to listen to a no. A lot of people say, I'm not able to say no to people. I said, wo baad mein karenge. First be able to listen to a no from people. Once you start listening to a no from people, to be able to say your no when you are not in a mood of something will come very easy, because then your life is standing on very strong, authentic principles. Why we need to do that? Because if I'm thinking something else and saying something else, my happiness, my health, my relationship is getting affected. I'm not here to short-term please people. I'm here to be happy, to be healthy, and build strong relationships, and most important, to radiate authentic vibrations into the environment. So every thought I create is reaching 4 places. Feeling. Second, body. Third, people. Fourth, the world. Now, if I'm not happy today, if I'm not perfect healthy today, if my relationships are not perfect today, and if my world is not happy today, it's here. It's here. This is the seed of our life. Rest is only the tree. Isn't it? संकल्प से सृष्टि कहते हैं ना हम, संकल्प से सृष्टि, which means my thought creates my world. So which means the attention has to go only on the seed. We are watering the tree. We are watering every leaf. You be happy, you be happy, you be happy. For the seed, water the seed. Oh, I don't have time because my tree is so big. How much time to water the seed? How much time to water the seed? And that's why, how much time to meditate in the morning? 15 minutes. Water the seed. And don't do that, water the tree. Keep washing this leaf. By the time you reach here, this will get dried up. Even the whole day, the whole life is not enough to heal the tree. But you want to heal the seed, 15 minutes is all that it takes. And once I start nurturing the seed, which is here, automatically every thought that will arise from that seed will be right. Automatically I will be happy, healthy, relationships in harmony. The world will be fine. So attention goes back only to my thoughts. So one awareness that it is my thought, which is the seed. Second awareness, my thought is not dependent on. So the quality of my seed is not dependent on the tree. The quality of the tree is dependent on the seed. है ना? Seed से tree है, tree से seed नहीं है. So what I feel is not dependent on my world outside. It is how I'm feeling which creates my world outside. So power comes back to me and makes it very, very simple. Now, I now only need to master the art of being able to create the right thought every time. Easy? 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 If you say easy, that's your first right thought. And if you say no, then that's your first. Now we will start changing every thought, because we know the thought is creating my destiny. Destiny means my tree is getting created by my thought. Put your left hand out and keep any issue of your life on that. Anything. Your habits, your sanskars, your health, anything here. And on your right hand, you keep your state of mind in relationship to this situation. So here is my situation, or I may call it my problem in life, and here is my state of mind. Right? Now we just saw that my right hand is not dependent on my left hand, right? My feeling is not dependent on my situation, but my situation is dependent on how I'm feeling. So it is not Srishti se Sankalp, it is Sankalp se Srishti. Agreed? Agreed? 100% in every situation? It is not situation which influences my state of mind. It is my state of mind which will manifest into the situation and influence the situation. Sankalp se Srishti. Agreed? Okay. Put your problem here and keep it at 50%. Now, if I start creating a thought for this, प्रॉब्लम है, प्रॉब्लम कितनी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक ही नहीं हो रही, ठीक ही नहीं हो रही, ठीक ही नहीं हो रही, मेरे भाग्य में क्यों ये प्रॉब्लम आई, ये बीमारी आई, ये दुख आया, ये एक्सीडेंट आया, ये चोरी आई, ये फेलियर, प्रॉब्लम. So when I start creating these thoughts, what will happen to this 50% problem? It will increase. You sure about this? But the problem was only 50%. Why should it increase? So my thoughts have the power to increase the problem. How many of you feel my thoughts have the power to increase my problem? So if my thoughts have the power to increase the problem, then my thoughts must be having the power to reduce the problem also. Very good. So now problem is 50. If I want to take it to 50 to 60, I say problem hai, ye hai, theek nahi hogi, wo nahi. Okay, we know how to do that. Now to take the problem from 50 to 40. हाँ जी, बहुत ब्यूटीफुल. सबसे पहली बात तो प्रॉब्लम ही बोलना बंद कर दो उसको, पहले ही वो कम हो जाएगी. सो व्हाट शुड आई स्टार्ट कॉलिंग इट? हाँ जी, ऑब्स्टिकल. उससे भी अच्छा कुछ बोल सकते हैं. What we are doing now, we are not doing anything to the problem. We are working on how I am going to think about the problem, because I have understood the equation that my thinking will affect the problem, not the problem affecting my thinking. So I am going to take charge of where the control room is. So where is the control room? Here. So now I know which button I press and what will happen outside. So if I said problem hai, banti nahi, meri banti nahi, inke saath meri banti nahi, kitna bhi koshish karo, banti nahi, kitna bhi try. Every thought, what is it doing to the relationship? मेरे को दर्द है, बीमारी है, ठीक होता ही नहीं, कुछ भी करो ठीक होता ही नहीं. What will happen to the body? The pain will increase. Why? Because my every thought is influencing how I feel, is radiating to my body, is going to people, and is going out into the world. So now it's at 50%. Please give me some thoughts to make it 40. Okay, one. So we are not calling it a problem, we are calling it a situation in my life. फर्क है? फर्क है? शब्दों में फर्क है या फीलिंग में भी फर्क है? फीलिंग. वैसे भी प्रॉब्लम का कोई साइज नहीं होता है. Same situation will be different for different people. In the house, in the family, for the same situation, somebody will say, कितनी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. Somebody will say, हाँ प्रॉब्लम है. Somebody will say, छोटी सी प्रॉब्लम है. Fourth person will say, कहाँ है प्रॉब्लम, इतनी सी तो बात है. Same problem. Same problem. So what is the size of the problem? Depends on my way of thinking and it depends on my power. It's like this table. If I am weak, I will say, table कितनी भारी है. Somebody else will say, ठीक ठीक है, इतनी भी कौन सी भारी है. Third person will say, क्या वेट है यार, एक हाथ से उठ जाती है. और कोई आएगा कहेगा मैं तो एक उंगली से उठा दूँ. The table is same, but the people who are going to lift the table are at different strengths. So depending on my strength, I perceive the weight of the problem. So let's remove the word problem and let's make it powerless just by not calling it a problem. परमात्मा कहते हैं तूफान को भी तोहफा बोलना शुरू कर दो. तूफान आया जीवन में नहीं, ये तोहफा आया है मेरी शक्ति को भी बढ़ाने के लिए. So one will not call it a problem. Anything else? What can I do to that? I have to make it from 50 to 40, then 40 to 30, then 30 to 20. We'll do that now. Come on. Yeah, so what should I create for this? Okay, let's say I'll keep it a simple problem. My body is not feeling well. Now, what should I radiate so that it will go from 50 to 40 to 30? So specify, na? We'll have to specify what thought I have to create. If I radiate the thought, मैं बीमार हूँ, मैं बीमार हूँ, मैं बीमार हूँ, मैं बीमार हूँ, very easy way to take it from 50 to 40. दर्द हो रहा है, दर्द हो रहा है, दर्द हो रहा है. Easy to take it from 50 to 60. Now 50 to 40. Specify what thought. I'm feeling great. Very good. Or specific thought. So what is that positive energy? Specific thought. मैं ठीक हो रहा हूँ. Very good. Take it higher. मैं ठीक हो रहा हूँ implies कि मैं बीमार हूँ. मैं ठीक हो रहा हूँ. Very good. See, we know how to give blessings. We don't need to go anywhere else to ask people, please give blessings. Who is going to give blessings the whole day? We, my every thought will have to be a blessing to that issue in my life. If this is my problem and I start creating a thought, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है, तो ये दर्द कम होने लगेगा या नहीं होने लगेगा? और अगर यहाँ से नहीं भी कम होगा, यहाँ से तो कम हो जाएगा, because I've started creating the right thoughts. तो the body could be hurting, the mind will be fine. So suffering आदि हो गई. किसी को 100 बुखार होता है तो भी वो बहुत दुखी होते हैं. कहते हाय हाय मैं बीमार हो गया, हाय मैं बीमार हूँ. So the body is not in pain, the mind is in pain. And somebody could be in a very advanced stage of a terminal illness and they are so happy. होते हैं कि नहीं ऐसे लोग? होते हैं ना? Because it is not body which is going to decide my state of mind, it is my state of mind which will influence the body. So we start creating a thought, perfect है, ठीक है, बढ़िया है, सब ठीक है, दर्द कोई दर्द नहीं है. मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर नॉर्मल है. अब अगर मैं रोज़ बोलूँ मेरे को हाई ब्लड प्रेशर है, मेरे को हाई ब्लड प्रेशर है, मेरे को हाई ब्लड प्रेशर है, मेरे को हाई, आसपास के भी लोग बोलते हैं तो जीवन भर ही रहेगा. तथास्तु. संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है. संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है. तो संकल्प को बहुत ध्यान से करना है. because my every thought is influencing my destiny. So let the world say कि ये जीवन भर रहेगा, you tell yourself मैं अभी अपना ठीक करने वाला हूँ. If I send a message every day I have high blood pressure, तो obviously वो high रहेगा because I'm creating stress and anxiety. Now I will start saying ये बिल्कुल normal है, normal है, normal है. It will not happen miracle in 2 days. But over a period of time, I have started radiating the right thought to my body. It is mind over matter. Matter will start responding. Hoga aisa? Now, one is for how I am feeling physically. Now my relationship. मेरी इनसे बनती नहीं. पता नहीं इनको मेरे से क्या प्रॉब्लम है. जब देखो कुछ गड़बड़ी हो जाता है. What will happen with all these thoughts? The relationship will get. Now, here is my relationship with a 50% conflict. Please radiate a nice thought. हाँ जी, बहुत अच्छी. अच्छा, वो बहुत अच्छी है. हाँ, yes, वो तो वो वैसे भी है. और let's give a thought to our relationship. My relationship is. My relationship. हाँ जी. No, higher. Let's raise the frequency of our thoughts. We will not say this relationship should be okay. I hope this relationship is okay. This relationship could be okay. This relationship is perfect. Better भी नहीं, better भी. जैसा सोचेंगे वैसा ही बनेगा. बेटर बोलेंगे तो सिर्फ बेटर ही होगा और परफेक्ट बोलेंगे तो परफेक्ट हो जाएगा. अब इफ माई रिलेशनशिप इज इन अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट एंड आई एम सेइंग दिस रिलेशनशिप इज परफेक्ट, मैं झूठ तो नहीं बोल रही. यहाँ तो बोलचाल ही बंद है एंड आई एम सेइंग परफेक्ट है, परफेक्ट है, परफेक्ट है. सो एम आई लाइंग टू माई सेल्फ? यस आई एम. वाई? Because I have understood the equation that I will not create a thought of what the situation is. I will create a thought of what I want the situation to be, because it is not Srishti se Sankalp, it is Sankalp se Srishti. So I know that what thought I will create will radiate and will manifest. तो मुझे सिर्फ वो ही सोचना है and वो ही बोलना है which I want my destiny to be. Simple है ना? Simple है. Now, if I say ये मेरी आदत है, ये तो मेरे से छूटता ही नहीं, I cannot do it, I'll never be able to do it. So now what do I do to my adat? What do I do to my adat? I don't change the adat. I just change how I start thinking about it. Everything is an imprint on the soul. So all that I have to do is change the imprint. How? By recording something new. Otherwise, I'm listening to the same song every time. And by listening to the same song, my destiny is the same every time. If I record a new song, my destiny will change. Now, we will create a small affirmation right now. And with that, you will master how the art is of what you are going to think for that specific situation. The secret is, and this is pure science, that what we think, we radiate, it influences and it manifests. Think carefully. Think carefully. Don't think, I feel it should be, I feel it could be, I hope it is. It is like this already before it happens. आज कोई मीटिंग में जाना है, आई होप ठीक हो जाए मीटिंग, आई होप मेरा ये काम बन जाए. नहीं, मेरा काम बन चुका है. Bless your work, bless your body, bless your relationships, bless your sanskars. दुआएं, दुआएं. हम औरों के पास जाते हैं ब्लेसिंग लेने के लिए, फिर वो ब्लेसिंग लेते हैं और हमारा काम हो जाता है, तो हम कहते हैं उनकी ब्लेसिंग से हमारा काम हो गया. अगर औरों की ब्लेसिंग से हो सकता है अगर औरों की ब्लेसिंग से हो सकता है तो हमारी अपनी ब्लेसिंग से नहीं हो सकता है? हो सकता है? Yes. So we will create that affirmation or that simple meditation exercise for any sanskar we want to change, for anything in the body that we want to change, for anything in the relationship we want to change, or for anything in the work we want to change, the work that we do. Now, once we create that, the first time that I have to do it is first thing in the morning. So the first thing in the morning, I have to create that new recording. So once we create it now, tomorrow morning when you wake up, before you start thinking other things, just get up and let that be your first thought. Because mind is absolutely fresh, clean. Absorption power is highest and you are putting the seed. If this first thing in the morning I put the seed, I am perfect healthy. I am a powerful being. I am a happy soul. My relationships are perfect and my world is beautiful. सुबह सुबह किसका चेहरा देखा? It means सुबह सुबह first thought क्या create की. Contrary to this, get up in the morning. आय हाय अभी भी दुख रहा है आज भी ये. Wrong thought in the morning, whole day the tree will get affected. So first thing in the morning, at least 3 to 5 times, let's repeat it. We are creating a new circle. And while we are saying it, let's also visualize it. So if I am creating a thought, my body is perfect and healthy, then I also have to visualize that my body is perfect and healthy. Thought power and visualization power is going to change our destiny. So first thing in the morning, then most important, last thing before going to sleep. Because whatever is my last thought before I go to sleep, that seed goes deep, and then those 6 hours that seed will work. So be very, very careful that you don't create a wrong thought before going to sleep. And that's why people say झगड़ा हुआ है तो सोने से पहले उसको ठीक करके सोना. कहते हैं ना ऐसा, झगड़े के साथ नहीं सो जाना, which means don't take that hurt, that pain, that whatever to bed. And which actually means don't put it in the subconscious. It's here, finish it up from here only. Once you sleep over it, now it's gone deeper. So we will create this affirmation just before going to sleep. In fact, it could be my thought process till I fall off to sleep, so that it's my thoughts last before going to sleep. So one thing in the morning, second before going to sleep, third at least once after every 1 hour. I'm creating a new groove. You know, like homeopathy medicine, you have to keep there and keep taking those 2-3 pills after every 2-3 hours. Same. You take it on time, it's doing its work inside. So this is also like a medicine. So after every 1 hour, pause, sit back, create that one thought. How much time is it going to take? 30 seconds. This is all just for a few days. After that, that way of thinking is going to become normal way of thinking. This only practice for some time till I shift my normal way of thinking to another way of thinking. And then most important, before I eat anything or before I drink my water, milk, tea, coffee, because food and water absorbs vibrations. And whatever is absorbed in the food and the water, that will directly affect my state of mind. So if I have a specific thing which I am working on, then when I'm about to eat or drink something, I will pause for 30 seconds, connect to the higher power, put that energy inside that food, delete any wrong energy which was there in the food of somebody else's stress, fear, anxiety, and then put that intention. I am a powerful being. I am happy being. My body is perfect, healthy. I accept people as they are. Now eat. जैसा अन्न वैसा मन। अब इसका ऑपोजिट, अगर मैंने खाने से पहले ये सोच लिया पता नहीं इनको क्या प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक ही नहीं हो रहा कुछ, कैसा, बिकॉज आई एम अवेयर, नो आई एम क्रिएटिंग थॉट्स व्हाइल आई एम ईटिंग, दैट विल गो इनटू द फूड, that will affect my state of mind, and that is what my mind will be. तो कितनी बार करना है? कितनी बार करना है? First thing in the morning, 3 to 5 times. Second, every 1 hour. Third, every time I eat or I drink something. But the eating and drinking needs to be sattvic. मतलब हमारी थॉट पावर अभी उतनी पावरफुल नहीं है कि हम तामसिक चीज़ को लेंगे और एक थॉट डालेंगे और उसको सात्विक बना देंगे. सो द फूड एंड व्हाट वी आर ड्रिंकिंग हैज़ टू ऑलरेडी बी एट अ हाई एनर्जी, एंड देन वी पुट आवर हाई एनर्जी थॉट इन दैट एंड रेज द वाइब्रेशन. सो मॉर्निंग बिफोर गोइंग टू स्लीप, एवरी टाइम आई ईट एंड ड्रिंक समथिंग, एंड every 1 hour. Even if you just start remembering to put it every time you drink water, please go on the net and surf something which is called water memory. Water has tremendous absorption power of vibrations. इसीलिए जैसा अन्न वैसा मन, जैसा पानी वैसी, we know that. अब चलते फिरते कुछ भी डल जाता है इसमें वाइब्रेशन, and we drink it. So one, vibrations of anybody else who cooked for me or who got the glass of water for me, I have to clean that. Second, I will put that what I want to think for the next 1 hour, I have to add it to that water. If you explore this, this is pure science. And that's why we were taught that before we eat or drink, what should we do? That was the reason. It was not because he needs our thank you. Really, it is not because he needs our thank you. It is just because so that we remember, that we create a high frequency thought and energize what we are eating and drinking, because that's going to affect our state of mind. So it was for our benefit, not because he needs us to be grateful to him. No, no. करें अभी? करें? Have you seen what you have to do? And this we can do not just for ourselves, we can do for anybody in the family. बच्चे खाना नहीं खाते आजकल, तो हमारा ब्लेसिंग सारा दिन क्या चलता है? खाना ही नहीं खाते, खाना ही नहीं खाते, खाना ही नहीं खाते. पर कोई आता है हमारे घर, मेरा बच्चा खाना ही नहीं खाता, सामने वाला बोलता है मेरा बच्चा भी खाना ही नहीं खाता. And then we sit there with the khana and we say, chalo khao. And he says, meko nahi khana. We say, dekha, khana hi nahi khana. Affirmation. Affirmation. Khana banate samay bhi dal dete hain, khate to hai nahi. Put the opposite and see the magic that is going to happen. The food has energy. Now, what can I put instead of khate hi nahi? Kya? खाते. क्या डालेंगे? स्पेसिफिक थॉट. स्पेसिफिक थॉट. खाता है. Very good. See, we know how to convert our thoughts. This is where conversion is going to happen. Conversion is going to start happening here till it becomes a natural way of thinking. पढ़ते ही नहीं, टीवी देखते रहते हैं. अब आप सारा दिन अपने घर में ये परफ्यूम डालोगे, पढ़ते ही नहीं, पढ़ते ही नहीं, पढ़ते ही नहीं, कॉन्सेंट्रेट ही नहीं कर पाते, बैठते ही नहीं एक जगह. एक एक लाइन is the opposite of what a blessing should be. Please remember, अगर वो पढ़ते ही नहीं is only 50%. To take it from 50 to 60 or 50 to 40 is... So if they are not studying as much as we want them to do, what should be the fragrance in the house? Blessing. Blessing. क्या बोलेंगे और क्या सोचेंगे? पढ़ लेगा नहीं, पढ़ते हैं, is very sincere, very hardworking, is studying more than his capacity. Today his marks will be more than what even he or me expect what his marks will be. Success is definite for him. दुआएं, 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 संकल्प से सिद्धि. Let's start using a very powerful tool we have. Because if we don't use it, unaware, we are putting the opposite. वो बच्चे का एग्ज़ाम है, उसके लिए खाना बनाते हैं, उसके लिए दूध लेकर आते हैं और दूध में घुमा देते हैं, पढ़ते ही नहीं, पढ़ते ही नहीं, पढ़ते ही नहीं. अपनी टेंशन भी उसमें डाल देते हैं. पीने के बाद वो बच्चा बोलता है पहले तो मैं ठीक था, ये पीने के बाद पता नहीं टेंशन मुझे क्यों है. It happens. It happens. It has a direct effect. Once you start studying this, you will see how food and water is affecting you with vibrations that people are putting in it. So be very, very careful. Be very, very careful and put only that what you want them to be. Don't put that what you can see right now. Put that what you want their destiny to be. रोज सुबह सुबह घर का जो पानी है, जो पीना है सबने सारा दिन, उसको लो, उस पर प्रे करो और उसमें एनर्जी डाल दो. Everyone in my house is happy. Everyone is healthy. We all accept each other. We all respect each other. My house is a mandir. डाल दो. डाल दो. And within a few days start seeing how things will start changing. ऐसे ही नहीं बोला है कि जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. किसी ने नहीं कहा जैसा अन्न वैसा तन. द फूड इज एक्चुअली सपोज्ड टू बी फॉर द बॉडी, नो? सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ जैसा अन्न वैसा मन? वेयर इज द फूड गोइंग हियर? इट्स द वाइब्रेशन. So we can do this for ourselves, we can do this for our health, we can do it for our children, we can do it for anybody. Ready to do now? Yes? Ready to do now? Everyone clear what they had put in that 50%? What is the thought they have to create for that? It is, I am, not could be, should be, would be. Even when we are giving a blessing, we tell people, may God bless you. May kyu? Yeah, we say, may God bless you. May means it's an option He has whether to bless you or not bless you. I hope you have a good journey. Why hope? Have faith that your journey will be perfect. See the vocabulary, sankalp se siddhi. So no hoping and no may. It is. So instead of saying, may God bless you, what should we say? तो may को हटा, hope को हटा, faith को डालना है. And that affirmation removes any thoughts of fear, doubt, anxiety, stress. अब अगर मेरे अंदर गुस्से का संस्कार है, what should my thought be? I am a peaceful being. अगर मेरे अंदर डर का संस्कार है, fear, I am a powerful, fearless being. Simple? Simple? Will we remember to do this every time we eat and drink tomorrow? Yes? Yes? Just for 1 week. After 1 week, you will never forget. You will never forget because you're going to start experiencing the benefit that it is going to give you. Initially, to begin with, even if you remember after you finished half the glass of water, pause and put it. Because this glass of water has come with lot of vibrations of the world on my table here. Even if it is a glass of bottled water from the shop, we say, हाँ साफ है. साफ तो सिर्फ वो physically है. Vibrations उसके, वो शॉप में कौन कौन था, वो बॉटल उस शॉप में कितने दिन थी, उस शॉप में लोग कैसे थे, उनकी मन की स्थिति कैसी थी. अगर वो जोर जोर से चिल्लाते थे तो आफ्टर ड्रिंकिंग दैट वाटर इवन आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट टॉकिंग लाइक दैट. सो बी वेरी केयरफुल. सो जस्ट बिफोर ईटिंग, ड्रिंकिंग, इवन बिफोर हैविंग अ मेडिसिन, दवाई खा रहे हैं, इसका साइड इफ़ेक्ट है, अभी इसके बाद बहुत नौशिया होने वाला है, ये खाने के बाद हो गई, उसको ब्लेसिंग दे के खाया है. पहली बात तो अगर पता ना हो कि नौशिया होता है तो 90% चांस नहीं होने के तो वही हो गए. But after I come to know, after reading on Google, I get side effects, those side effects start manifesting. Does it happen or does it not happen? Yes, because they're going to get manifested from here. So I have the power to create the side effect, and I also have the power to. So what should I say to my medicine before having it? पहली बात तो उसको याद करके उसकी सारी पावर इसमें. फिर मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, इंस्टेड ऑफ रिजेक्टिंग दैट मेडिसिन के रोज खाना पड़ता है, दिस इज अ रिजेक्शन. Bless and thank that medicine. You were created because of which I am fine. 20 years back, you were not there. So shouldn't we give gratitude to that medicine? Yes. Then we will say, this medicine is only and only for my healing. This medicine has no side effects. It's only and only for healing. Now have. It's going to happen from here. This can precipitate the side effects. This can dilute the side effects. It's happening from here, less from the medicine. And once we start doing this, most important what we are doing is we're creating the right thoughts throughout the day. तो ट्री तो अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा. चलिए, let's sit back. Now to be able to do this normally and throughout the day and to make it very simple is why we learn meditation and why we begin the day with studying spiritual knowledge. Go home in silence, working on our affirmations which we finalize before reaching home. And when will we start doing that affirmation? Tonight before we go to sleep, and also before we have dinner, and also before we have our glass of water when we reach home first. Yes? So I will have to create my personal affirmation before I even reach home. So let's spend the next 15-20 minutes or half an hour while we're driving home just to be in silence, to work on what is going to be my right way of thinking and how my seed is going to nourish my tree. Am I a powerful soul who can go home in silence? Yes. Will I try or will I do it? A low energy word. Never say try for anything. A try is a very low energy word. So never say try to people also. Please try to do this. No. Just say, I'm sure you will do this. Finished. Blessing. Har thought, har bol blessing. And then we will only be radiating blessings and manifesting a destiny of our choice in only one thought.